Hey guys, RC here. We're going to do a quick little Fallout video. This is a build that I'm currently working on in the early going. Well, we're going to get sidetracked here for just a minute. There we go. Wow. The premise of the build is based on the movie character, the Predator, from the movie The Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's based on the actual Predator himself. So basically the premise is you have to the game Fallout does not give us a lot of ability to suspend belief in a role-playing fashion. Sorry, when I'm getting in combat, I get a little sidetracked. So we have to kind of suspend our own belief a little bit. So basically, when we come out of the vault, we have been dropped here from our home planet. So we're an alien, and that is not too far beyond belief because
Hiding? For me, not even possible.
We know that there are.
You hear that?
Sorry about that. We know that there are aliens in the Fallout world because we actually find them, and you can actually find an alien ray gun. Well, where did this guy go? Huh. Okay. And so we're basically put here.
Found your sorry ass. Run, you better with this.
Let me get inside and. Alright, let's go ahead and pause it here for a minute so we can catch up on the story. So, I apologize for that. Just as we get attacked, I get sidetracked. So we basically been deposited here, brand new, and much like in the movie The Predator, we are just a hunter-killer. We're here to basically take trophies to bring back to our home planet. We put a little twist on it, so we're basically put here very, basically underdressed, ungeared, and everything else. Now, the build's going to have several levels to it, where it's going to be mostly melee. We will use energy weapons, and we will use some staff type weapons. The closest we can come up with are some hooked staffs that are available through the Far Harbor DLC. Now, naturally, with so many weapon systems in play, it's going to make you take more perks to make those weapons viable, which drives the build up to around level 100 if you want to flesh it out with the full picture that I have. We are going to tier it off. So basically at the beginning, we're going to go with basic leather and raider armor. We're going to start off as a melee only character. We will phase into energy weapons. So for example, you saw that I do have the laser musket that you get in Concord. Now, I still like to do the settlement building, so I am not going to kill everybody. I am going to basically view all of the settlements, and I'm going to basically make one settlement as kind of my trophy room, and the other settlements will be basically slave labor. These will be people that aren't worth of fighting. They're not worth taking as a trophy. They're basically pushovers, and they will work for me. Codsworth basically will have robot guards from the Mechanist Automatron Workshop DLC. So you can make robots that will kind of be your settlement guards, overseeing your slave labor and keeping them in line, so to speak. And we'll just kind of go up from there. So I kind of I'm getting ready to do this quick dungeon, or quick building. We're doing the quest, returning the favor, retrieve Mary's locket in the satellite station Olivia. This is for the Abernathys from Abernathy Farm. And again, you can do this as a true hunter-killer build, and just basically go through and ignore all the settlements. I did try that once in my initial playthrough, and what I quickly realized was even going and talking to the Abernathys and then ignoring their farm, they were still considered one of my settlements, and I had to go back and defend them from raider attacks and whatnot. And because I was unable to set up trade routes and stuff in my build the way I have the build laid out, I had to come back and readjust it. So I will have a non-build setup, and then a with build setup. It's going to entail some additional levels in your specials, but again, we're going to start off melee, then we're going to add other things in as we go. And you can decide whether you want to add those or not. Those will be things that you can take away. So for example, if you don't want to use guns at all, the energy guns, you can take out Gunslinger, so that's 5 points right there. If you don't want to use any of the punching weapons like Swan's Iron Fist or Swan's Fist, well, you can do away with Iron Fist and just go with Big League, and so that's 5 points there. If you don't need, you may decide, hey, I don't need Heavy Gunner, which is a perk for the spear gun, which will be kind of like our long range weapon. Well, that's 5 points there. So that's 15 points just immediately if you don't flesh this character out all the way. But I wanted you to kind of get an idea of what we are looking at. So here's my guy. I've got a mod that gives dreadlocks to kind of mimic the appearance of the Predator. We're just some spotty armor. You see kind of like the tubing and piping. The Predator armor in the movie had a little bit of that. He did use stealth. He did use chameleon's going to be one of the mods we're going to want on our armor at some point for that ability to disappear. Let's see if I can get just like Dogmeat does right there. And you know what's strange? I don't remember him doing that initially, but once he got the ability in every other playthrough, he's had it from the start. So I don't know if that's a glitch or whatever. So anyway, the first perk that we took was Blitz in the agility tree, and then we took Big Leagues to get some additional melee damage because I am using, you can see I've got the combat knife for my fast attack. I've got the machete for a medium attack. I've got a pool cue currently for slow attacks, and then I have my energy weapon. Now we are not going to use any ballistic guns, so no 10 millimeters or anything like that. It's and you can choose to go with rifleman or gunslinger, up to you. I think gunslinger is probably the better because we will use VATS, although you don't have to, but we will use VATS. I find VATS very good to use in the in melee builds because of the blitz tactic. And if we're going to have the VATS ability, then Gunslinger you get more attacks out of VATS. And so I think that's a reason to go with that. But again, there's going to be options in the build for you. So this is an early walkthrough. Here we are, what level are we? Oh, and we can level up a perk. Let's see. So far I'm at level 4. I do want to take the Locksmith now. I usually take that first, but in this build I wanted the Blitz ability from the start. And what I have done, in fact you can see here, I have added a little bit to strength. I've added the 1 to strength already to get the strong back instead of adding that later. We have gone ahead and used the bobblehead to get to the 4. Endurance we left at a 1. Charisma I raised from a 3 to a 6 in order to get the local leader, which I will be taking relatively soon. Intelligence we dropped to a 1. I had that starting as a 5, and we are going to want to get to a 6. That's for the science perk for our energy weapons, so that'll be something I will have to now add perk points to. Agility we went ahead and took the 9. We took 8 with the build, and then the special book in Sanctuary Hills we got the 9th point for Blitz. And then luck I was going to start off at we went ahead and started off at 3 so we can get Bloody Mess. Eventually we'll want to get that up to 8. So basically I took the points out of intelligence, popped them into charisma for settlement building. That'll be the only difference. If you don't want a settlement build, then you'll drop the charisma to 3, you'll bump up intelligence a little bit more and go that route. So that'll be the only difference in the build itself. So anyway, wanted you to kind of walk through. And we do use stealth here in the early going because we don't have the chameleon, and we will use stealth to get the sneak attack bonuses for our blitz. I'll clear out this room at the end. Alright, well, that guy spotted us.
Hell
So with the blitz, of course, you have the ability to break through distances with your melee attack because I am doing settlement building in this playthrough just because it makes it more fun for me. You don't need it, as I said, but I'm going to still be snagging everything here because I still want to get the gist of the gaming itself. I'll loot those guys on the way back around. Now, like I said, we do have, you know, the Predator in the movie uses energy weapons, but, you know, the bulk of his attacks are stealth motivated through his chameleon effort and melee weapons. So that's what we're going to focus on. good. He did not see me. Good. And we'll loot him on the way back through. We can loot all this on the way back through.
What the?
Only a fucking coward hides!
Alright, too far for me there.
Yeah, huh? You should be!
Normally I wouldn't have shot all four of them, but he went and picked up that that big Gatling gun, so we'll just let him get shot along with the rest. Of course, we have the red roaches in here. I need to... Okay, Molotov cocktail. Well, that happens. That's one reason I really don't like cocktails, because they just blow up much too quickly. Oh well, I don't mind throwing my mistakes out there for people to see. I'm not that gung-ho.
Who's there?
I found
Alright. We're not imperative to damage. Alright, let's see if we can try this again. Alright.
That's it.
Oh, there it was. Alright, that went much better. As I said, I know a lot of guys will edit their videos if they break a bobby pin.
Got it.
I end up with so many bobby pins, I don't care. That is the least of my concerns to look uber impressive, because I don't think that is realistic. My opinion, and you know, hey, I'm not trying to put on airs or anything. So anyway, that was the extent of the run and all the kills. You can see we used several different weapon combinations, even though the only perks that I have currently are for, let's see, like I said, we have Blitz, we've got Big League, and I haven't even started to take Bloody Mess yet. So probably my next one will be Local Leader, because that'll open up my settlements. Then I will pop into Bloody Mess. I need to start taking some Sneak as well, and Action Boy for action point regeneration, and I'm only going to use the attack dog. The reason for that, even if I use him, you know, I think that's the only companion you could even think about using. The predator was a solitary hunter. You know, Dogmeat is kind of a core character, so he's more of a friend than a companion. Um, so you know, we are going to take Lone Wanderer. We might take Attack Dog, which also supplements VATS as well. Um, we do have a man character, so Lady Killer does not come into play as much, so I probably won't take that. We need to get into armor and blacksmith for our modding, for our weapons and armor. Probably blacksmith first to be able to start getting some damage bonuses for our melee weapons. And like I said, you know, that is going to be my primary. Gunslinger will be my secondary, and then I will add in the other things around it as I level up. Iron Fist will come after that, and that'll basically be if there's nothing else that I need. You don't need to take Rifleman and Gunslinger. You're either going to go with rifles or guns. Pick your poison, whichever one you prefer, and that's going to kind of be how our build progresses. So anyway, we'll take probably another look at this a little bit later in the development process. I spent spent about a week actually kind of researching the movie character and trying to piecemeal the Fallout world into that character. And
Here.
you know, like I said, I had started to do a playthrough on it.
Over there.
I hate when Dogmeat doesn't follow me or he just stops out of the blue. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this early walkthrough. I just wanted you to kind of get a look for what I was doing, what things were looking like, what my ideas were behind it. I've got it up as a work in progress on the Tamriel Vault, which I'll put a link to that. If you haven't been to the Tamriel Vault, it's a very good resource. Elder Scrolls games like Skyrim, Morrowind, Oblivion, naturally Fallout, you know, so it's a very good resource. They do a lot of character building there. So I'll put a link up to their site here in this video, and check it out if you're interested. And anyway, we'll probably do, like I said, we'll probably do a follow-up video to this a little later when we've gotten a little more to work with as far as the nuts and bolts of the build, and you know, and that way there's some more to show you. And yeah, so that's about it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.